Hey guys, it's Fredette. Welcome back to another Mom Chat Mondays, and more importantly, Happy New Year! 2024 is going to be an amazing year filled with good health, peace, and love. One of my resolutions for this year is consistency. But with that, a little housekeeping. I will be posting Mom Chat Mondays now every first Monday of the month, and throughout the month I'll be posting my vlogs, reviews, hauls, so you can expect about a video a week, with the Mom Chat Mondays being the first Monday of the month. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, so as you read in the title of this video, I quit my job. I'm retired from corporate America. Being a stay-at-home mom or being a working mom might be the topic of all topics for us mothers. So it was really important for me to jump on here and talk to you guys kind of about my thought process going into this. I have been in corporate America since I graduated from university. So I'd been in my career for about 11 years, and I had been thinking about leaving somewhere around my 10-year anniversary, which was last year. But something was telling me that it wasn't the right time, and I knew that we wanted to have another baby. So I was like, let me just wait and have that security blanket of health insurance, as you know, living in America. So I didn't jump on that feeling just yet, even though I had passions elsewhere. I do content creation as well as my corporate job, as well as being a mom. And last year it kind of came to a head because I felt like I was doing a disservice to all three things in my life. I wasn't fully engaged with work, and when I was with my son, I was thinking about all the things I was missing at work. And when I wasn't uploading enough videos, I felt like I was letting you guys, my audience, down. So there was a lot of guilt going on in all those three aspects. And then when I got pregnant, I was like, something's got to give. So when I had my 10-year anniversary last year, I thought to myself, what do I want to be doing in this next 10 years of my life? And my corporate job wasn't anywhere in the vision board I had. My kids and my family was top priority, and content creation was next up there. So when I had my beautiful baby girl last year and I was on maternity leave, I really used that time to try to focus, since I didn't have work to worry about and I could just focus on my kids and content creation. But lo and behold, my postpartum didn't go as expected. If you saw my very last Mom Chat Monday episode last year, my 6-week postpartum update, you will know that I had a lot of postpartum hemorrhaging, and that kind of came to a head. I had to have surgery, and I'm finally at a good place, but that kind of took me off some of my plans that I had. But it also gave me time to put things in perspective. But your health is so important, and you don't really think about your mortality. Especially at this age, you just think you're gonna live forever, and God willing, I'll live a long life and see my children grow and flourish and have children of their own, hopefully. But it just made me think, am I doing what I really want to be doing with my life? And I wasn't, to be honest. Having kids really makes you put a lot of those things in perspective. If you're not with them, are you doing something that is adding value to your life? And if the answer is no, then you gotta let that go. And I know it's easier said than done, because obviously you gotta work if you want to eat and if you want to raise these kids. I'm not ignorant to the fact that I am very lucky to be able to have a spouse who's able to support us while I pursue my dreams of content creation and being a stay-at-home mom and watching my kids grow. Even though it had been on my heart for a long time to leave my corporate job, it was still hard to finally pull the trigger. I think especially in this day and age, it's almost frowned upon to be a stay-at-home mom. It's like you kind of want to be that like bad bitch, the corporate woman, do it all. And I was doing that for a while. If you watched my day in the life of a working mom vlog, it was a lot. And at the end of the day, everyone was kind of getting what they needed, except for me. I was drained at the end of the day, and you can't pour from an empty cup. So I needed to fill my own cup, and there's only 24 hours in the day. If I'm doing all these things, when do I have time to pour into my own cup? So I had to really decide what was most important to me, and that was my kids. We don't live near family, so we didn't feel comfortable leaving our kids with anyone else. We tried the daycare route, and that crashed and burned. Especially, have you seen daycare prices? It is out of this world. So if the difference in salary isn't X amount large enough to make up for that time I'm missing with my children, then I don't want it. And I didn't want a nanny making all those memories with my kids that I can make myself, that I want to make myself. They're only young for so long. Soon they'll be off to school, off to the real world, and that will be my chance to re-enter the market. Luckily, I say luckily, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, so taking a few years off isn't gonna derail my entire career. And that's really just a plan B. My hope is that my passion, content creation, can become my full-time career so I can have the best of both worlds. I am a strong believer that everything happens for a reason and everything happens in its right timing. When I first started at this company, it was right after college. It was 2012, November 2012. And initially I was supposed to, in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm gonna work here for 2 years and then save up enough money so I can move to Los Angeles, because my goal was always to move to LA and work in the entertainment industry. So my plan was to work for 2 years and then move on. Long story short, it didn't work out that way. I ended up staying at the company and moving up into positions I never even knew I could move up in. And it's a 2-year thing turned into an 11-year career. And when I realized that my maternity leave date for me to return was the Monday after Thanksgiving, a full 11 years later, I was like, okay, this is like a full circle moment. The numbers are working out. This seems almost like it's telling me like this chapter is coming to a close. And what topped it off is we had moved offices. So the office that I knew, we had sold and moved to a new building. So before I left for maternity leave, I had to take all my stuff with me. So there was nothing on my desk, nothing for them to pack up. It was almost like a clean slate. They were moving on and I was jumping off that train right at the time I needed to. There was nothing left over, no closure that needed to be had. I could do a clean Irish exit, just go on maternity leave and never come back, because I'm really bad at goodbyes. Like in my head, I'm certain about certain things, and then when it's time to say goodbye, it's definitely bittersweet and sad. So I'd like to just dip out and move forward with my life, because I feel like my corporate job had become almost like golden handcuffs. It was my security blanket, but at the same time, it was almost like a weighted blanket that was preventing me from moving forward with my life, because I was holding on to this little thing when there was something bigger here that I'm not investing enough time in pursuing, because I'm pulled in all these many directions. I had started that job as a means to an end to get to LA, and I got to LA and it served its purpose. And now I had to live in my truth, live every day working towards the goal that I had set for myself back in 2012. And back then it was a different vision than it is now, but it kind of morphed into content creation and doing certain gigs. Like we did a commercial for Wayfair. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Ooh, check this one out.
This chair is so comfortable. It puts both of my babies to sleep.
Look at you making a space that works perfectly for all of you. I could use a good nap.
And I've done background work for certain shows, and I just want to be more immersed in the industry that I came here for. With encouraging words from my husband, I was like, okay, it's time. And I'm gonna finally make that leap. So since then, I've been working on content. I've been taking care of my kids. I've been watching them grow, watching them learn. We've been having such a great time, and my heart is so full. And I'm so blessed to have this opportunity to do this with them. And it's so hard to go from being a working woman to having to depend fully on your spouse, for the time being at least, until y'all start subscribing and clicking likes and this becomes my full-time. It's just hard to switch gears from that independent woman lifestyle. And I say that, but like, I'm a married woman, so it's not independent nothing, but you know what I mean. So that mindset has been hard, but overall it is such a blessing, and it is just the beginning for me. So one door closes and another bay window opens, and I am so excited for that. I'm so excited for 2024, and I'm so excited to connect with you guys more. We're gonna have a great 2024, so stay tuned. Until the next video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you on another video. Bye.